In the fast-evolving world of Formula One, where milliseconds define legacies and every aerodynamic tweak is the result of relentless engineering pursuit, Red Bull Racing finds itself in an unusual position. Winning races, yes, but fighting gremlins beneath the surface of its dominant reputation. The 2025 Miami GP gave us more than just another battle at the front. It revealed that despite the team's usual excellence, the RB21 is not without its flaws. And this time, Max Verstappen's unshakable confidence in his machinery has been tested in ways we haven't seen since the earlier ground effect era resurgence. At the heart of Red Bull's technical conversation in Miami was a new floor design, bolted onto the car of Max Verstappen. On paper, the update offered a modest increase in total downforce. In reality, it spoke volumes about the team's developmental direction, incremental rather than revolutionary. The revised floor featured reprofiled tunnel fences and a more cambered floor edge mini-wing, the goal being to eke out more aero load without introducing a significant shift in the car's already fragile balance. The move was not a silver bullet, nor was it intended to be one. It was simply another step in the journey to regain control over a car that's proving trickier to tame than last year's all-conquering RB20. What makes the situation so intriguing is that Red Bull aren't struggling in the traditional sense. They're still locking out front rows, still winning races, but they're doing so while nursing clear and persistent issues, most notably in low-speed corners and during heavy braking. That's not the profile of a car in perfect harmony. It's the profile of a team that's having to fight a bit harder than usual to stay ahead. Verstappen's feedback has been unusually consistent for a driver known for adapting to imperfections. From Bahrain to Miami, his complaints have echoed the same themes: understeer in slow-speed corners, braking unpredictability, and a numbness in feedback, especially during extended stints. These are not minor details. They are foundational components of driver confidence. And when a driver like Verstappen, who thrives on razor-sharp turn-in and aggressive rotation, voices dissatisfaction repeatedly, it demands attention. This is where the RB21's design philosophy becomes important. The car is a continuation of the ideas Red Bull pursued late in 2024, specifically aimed at reducing the aggressive balance shift between corner entry and mid-corner. In theory, this should have produced a more predictable and drivable car, especially in slower, tighter corners where previous iterations of Red Bull's ground effect cars could be nervous. But in removing some of that aggressive rotation on entry, they've also taken away a tool that Verstappen historically weaponized to devastating effect. Ground effect cars, particularly this generation, derive much of their performance from underfloor aero. But the way that aero behaves during transitions, like braking or mid-corner load transfers, can make or break a car's handling characteristics. Red Bull's setup, designed with heavy anti-dive geometry in the front suspension, creates challenges in terms of brake feel. It limits the feedback a driver receives through the pedal when on the verge of locking up. And in Miami, that exact issue flared up at the worst possible moment. Defending against McLaren's Oscar Piastri, Verstappen braked deep into turn 1 from shallow angle. The inner front wheel locked, again, and the Dutchman ran wide, losing the lead. "These brakes, again," he said over the radio, a simple phrase now becoming a refrain. It wasn't just frustration. It was a public confirmation that this is a recurring, unresolved problem. Christian Horner, Red Bull's team principal, confirmed the team now understands the root of the issue better. But understanding it and fixing it are two very different tasks in Formula One. Horner described it as fundamentally an aero issue, one not readily apparent in simulation, which means the fix relies on real-world data gathered during race weekends. That's both expensive in terms of time and difficult in terms of logistics. And as Paul Monahan, Red Bull's trackside engineering chief, put it, this is not going to be a simple on-off switch. There is no one-size-fits-all part that will transform the RB21 overnight. Monahan was clear in Miami. It won't be a sort of turnkey solution to unlock. It's going to be incremental improvements. That means every update, whether it's a new floor, a revised wing, or an underfloor tweak, is part of a broader program. The goal is to reduce the magnitude of the problems. Eliminate them entirely? Maybe not, but lessen their impact enough to keep Red Bull ahead of an increasingly competitive field. That's the mission. Let's not forget the context here. Red Bull is facing challenges while still winning. That's a luxury few teams can claim. But the danger lies in stagnation. The competition is catching up, and fast. McLaren's progress is real. Ferrari, while inconsistent, are capable of blistering pace on the right day. And Mercedes, now with Antonelli gaining confidence, are lurking. Every tenth of a second Red Bull can recover through technical fixes could be the difference between pole and P5, between winning and playing catch-up in the championship. This is where the Imola Grand Prix becomes a pivotal checkpoint. Red Bull is expected to introduce further updates at Imola, some of which are directly targeted at solving the braking and low-speed handling issues. While details remain under wraps, insiders suggest these updates might include subtle geometry changes or even more advanced underforce solutions. But Monahan's caution stands. It may never disappear from the car. That's a powerful admission, not of defeat, but of the complexity that lies within modern F1 car design. Interestingly, Yuki Tsunoda, who drove a Red Bull-powered RB at the same Miami weekend, echoed similar frustrations. Lockups in qualifying, difficult brake modulation, and balance concerns show that these characteristics might not be isolated to Verstappen's car. It suggests a broader platform trait, one that needs to be engineered out, not driven around. This takes us into the realm of philosophy. Red Bull is no stranger to innovation, but their dominance in recent years has allowed them to design cars tailored to Verstappen's style. Now, the regulations and the evolution of ground effect aero are forcing them to reconsider that approach. Can they build a car that retains Verstappen's aggressive strengths while expanding the window of drivability? It's a tricky balance, especially as Sergio Perez's driving style is also part of the equation. Two very different preferences, one car to satisfy both. All of this is unfolding under the watchful eye of the grid and the fans. There's a growing fascination with Red Bull's challenge, not because we want them to fail, but because watching greatness adapt under pressure is a rare and valuable storyline in sport. It humanizes a team often viewed as robotic in their efficiency. It reminds us that even the best face resistance, not just from rivals, but from the very nature of performance itself. Red Bull's RB21 is a case study in compromise. It's fast in high-speed corners, slippery in a straight line, but prone to low-speed understeer and brake unpredictability. It's a car that demands recalibration not only in the wind tunnel, but also in the mindset of those driving and engineering it. It shows that even when you lead the championship, there's no such thing as perfection. There's only evolution. And as we head into the European leg of the season, starting at the tight and technical Imola circuit, we'll begin to see how Red Bull's evolution compares to that of their rivals. Will the new updates push the RB21 into a more balanced territory? Can Verstappen regain the razor-sharp entry confidence that has defined so many of his victories? Will the team's deep understanding of their own flaws translate into real lap time gains? What makes this story compelling isn't just the data or the quotes from engineers. It's the feeling that we're witnessing a moment of transition. Not a fall, not yet, but a tightening of margins. An era that once looked unshakable is now starting to show its edges. And in those edges lies the potential for thrilling competition. Hello, McLaren faithfuls. Stand a chance of winning $1,000 by hitting that like button. Drop a comment below and subscribe so you never miss any McLaren and F1 updates with relaxing ASMR elements. McLaren Faithful's YouTube channel is now covered in English and multiple languages. Your support is what keeps this incredible community growing stronger every day. It costs you nothing to like and subscribe, but it helps the channel tremendously. Let's continue the conversation and share our passion for McLaren and F1 together. As a YouTube member, you can also discover my journey as a passionate creator navigating life with challenging disabilities. Despite the obstacles, I'm determined to follow my dreams and share my love for McLaren and F1 with the world. By becoming a YouTube member, you'll not only be supporting my dream, but you'll also gain access to exclusive content, including untold stories of legendary F1 drivers and much more. Your support can truly make a difference in my life, helping me continue to do what I love. Join McLaren Faithful's membership below and enjoy.